in a suit. I gotta go
Yeah,
check. I'll check
yeah.
every station. I
He's
mean,
checking
I
so
don't
low
know,
key like
man. I realized I'm figuring out, like, I mean, the quality is definitely going down. Still,
in your gameplay.
no, just like mentality.
Uh,
Well, like, yes, gameplay, I guess. Just like as a result. Okay, that's what happened. I was like, what happened? How'd you not get
what
level 2?
happened? LeBlanc
Karthus took
autoed
it.
it or something? Uh, what? With what?
Must be his pet. I don't know if it's still alive, but it has to be still alive because he smited it at 10 health, so it has to be his pet. Yeah, it's his
Okay,
pet.
sure.
That's cool. I didn't know his pet was still alive.
That is super cool.
Not good for you, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, fun. I played two Zed into Karthus's, and it's a pretty good matchup for Zed. Feels good.
Yeah.
Maybe not late game, but I didn't really track where the Galio went.
Yeah. Sick of this search bar thing, bro. It's so annoying.
What happened to you trying to use the Australian version?
I haven't tried actually. I literally
Hmm.
forgot. I'll try after this VOD.
I'm trying to get the six on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. I was like, damn, you're kind of taking a lot of damage, but it was good.
Okay, so this is what we talked about, where it's like I have my flash and my ult. This is the lane I want to get ahead. So I think it mostly works.
Yep.
I
I
guess.
mean, they
Yeah,
probably would
just
have got ganked otherwise, so it was good counter. And mid got quite a plate and a half, I'd say. So that worked
mm-hmm.
out well. I like the camp skip here. Very good. It's a chill ulti.
Mm-hmm.
Back off, yeah. Or kite back rather. Alright, so top lane's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay, here's the first misplay. Like these guys are cut off, and I feel like the next wave's pretty close. But I think my timer on Karthus is just bad. And I think me dying is fine, but then these two idiots, I don't know how they died to a flashless Karthus.
Yeah.
Well, we know how Ezreal died, but yeah,
Um,
that's bad.
so I think this is my experience so far, like in my games, is dives are dives are good, but they have to be 100%. Like no one's coming. They're by themselves. There's no teleport. I think I've lost like half my games since
On
yesterday.
bad dives.
Yes, literally.
And like,
I'll go to the replay and
does
I'll be
someone
like,
just
what happened?
misexecute, but then it was just fucked because it relied too much on execution?
No, I'll be forcing it. It'll be like it'll be me coping and being like, oh, I'm just limit testing or I'm just trying to be as aggressive as possible. But
Yeah.
in reality, I just don't know my limits because I'm not looking at TP. I'm not looking at like if I'm actually gonna die. Like I just don't value my life, and it's actually important. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know what's changed. Maybe I'm just playing at a high level, but yeah, I played against some C9 players, and then I don't know, my brain's gravitates towards killing them no matter what.
Yeah.
And
If
then
I
yeah,
if I died on that dive and it was just me, is it worth? Like the
no,
Tristana and the Galio both dying, but Karthus getting my shutdown?
no, their condition's still bad anyway. It's only worth if you're like playing a facilitate champ
Uh,
and yeah, you're the only one that dies and you're playing with a Vayne Lulu or something.
yeah, fair.
I think something that helps me cope with it is like you can wait, you can burn their resources, right? Make them come, and then you can just move off that and just waste their turn. And
Yeah,
also
fair.
that the laners had to base anyway, and your lane was happy to stay, so they're gonna pay for it eventually.
Fair.
But yeah, so many failed dives yesterday. It's just like game over instantly. Not instantly, but
Yeah. That was the first big like throw mistake. Then I think I int after like a Baron or something like that. I got my Zed syndrome. But I don't know, the game still feels pretty winnable,
yeah,
even
of
though
course. You
Volley
just
ends
have
up
to
going
deal
through
with the Jace.
318.
Exactly, you just gotta deal with the Jace, which I think you can. Maybe Jace does a lot of damage to you actually.
That's decent into Jace because he has no mobility, right? So it's hard for him
Can
to
you
dodge
cancel his
these
Q with
buffs.
your ult? Like the hammer Q?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then that's a good interaction.
Yeah, this volley
Hmm.
starts drag. God bless him.
Not sure about this one.
Yeah, probably not worth my ult.
Well, if you're gonna ult, it's fine, right? Just stop sieging and don't start Adacon and just base and just deal with top because they can't start it. Or if they
I
start
thought
it,
they were I thought they might give it, right? Like I kind of pulled back when we thing and then what happened? I guess I get like blood in my eyes because they don't know that I'm in the book.
the problem with like them not knowing is the consequence if they do know, right? Like look at the Ezreal.
Yeah,
You went from full to half, and
yeah.
your Soraka too. So, I think the main takeaway here is just, I mean, fuck, I feel like I'm reviewing my own games here because this is exactly what happened as well recently. It's like I'm just ignoring principles. Like you don't have ulti, just just play for your next ulti in 30 seconds, and
Mhm.
then make a play again. You know, especially you're the
Yep,
most fed member, right?
yep. There's my few spam pings. We all die and I see this guy fucking autoing a 80% health dragon.
It's all falling apart. I also typed for like the first time today. Our first
Ooh,
time in this trip.
Oh, he slipped.
March 18th,
It
mark it
all
down.
slipped. March 18th. That does sound like a very epic date.
Okay, now you're about to see me grief it. Like the thing is they know I'm there. I just think I'm gonna get enough time to one-shot him, but the Galio is like literally on top of him. Yeah.
The only thing I could say here is just like patience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because Tristana is split as well. You can also look at Trist, who's split. Not as good as a matchup. Oh wait, you have Shadow. You have Edge of Night. It's fine actually. She can't ult you away.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just thought, with Edge of Night, I would have enough time to get my combo off on him, create space if someone comes, have W, have my R back. I didn't think Galio would be in that bush right there.
Right.
That's the
That was
electric
nice.
Q combo, by the way.
Yeah. And you hit your first Q2, and that's 2 orders. Yeah, so I mean the main thing here is like once you blow your ult, they want to go now. Everyone needs to back the hell up. Just staying true to your timers, it's really important.
I also didn't see Galio there. Did my red run out right as I get to that bush? Because it almost looks like no one's in that bush.
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter because I think the timing would
No.
be.
If it was just Jace, I killed Jace for sure. He doesn't.
Oh no! I'm saying like you seeing Galio in the bush as you read, he could have already been channeling W.
Fair.
Like the range of his W.
But I have Edge of Night. I guess you would have to Q
No,
and
did
W.
you? No, you didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh, does it reset even if it's on cooldown, like the moment you take damage? I didn't know that.
No. You just blew a spell here. It must have been Karthus.
No, watch.
Galio.
And then.
Yeah, it's Galio. Look.
No, but then if you go forward.
Yeah.
I think it's halfway through cooldown, and then it goes to full cooldown again.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, you got touched and then it went back up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Wait, what? Me neither. Okay.
March 18th.
Yeah.
So much going on.
Alright, so what do you think you could have done better here?
I don't know. I wanted to rush it down. I'm happy with. I guess the way it worked out, it didn't work out that well. I could have just bush camped with them, but
Yeah.
Volley was finally hitting an objective.
No, that's exactly what I'm thinking, right? This Jace just TP'd on Vision next to Ezra,
Yeah.
next to Soraka, without his team. Like you have 5 wards, and they're not and you have 2 pushing mid and bot. You need to play this like. You need to have some finesse because you got you see all the cards. They don't see anything. Like you got all the options in the world here to just win the fight and then get Baron Dragon instead of just tunnel on Soul. Yeah, that's crazy by Jace.
Guy just U-turns on me.
There's a deep look.
So I didn't see that Soraka ulted here. She did. For LeBlanc that I guess was dead anyways.
Yeah, this is just the wrong target, Alex. Like, you can't go on the Karthus late game. Well, you can, but it's not your job. Like, you should just like Jace has no armor, right? Easy.
Yeah.
Tristana's still one-shottable. You just like make sure they can't DPS, and then you just auto win, right? Because Karthus gets outranged.
Hmm. Yeah, game.
Okay. Yeah, so that point's just the the takeaway is more so just sticking to your role late game, knowing what your role is, like who
Hmm.
who your good matchups are, and
And the
then
dragon fight, the soul fight.
yeah, that was big. Like just when you have full vision and pushing lanes, or when you have full vision, pushing lanes doesn't really. It's just extra, right? Extra vision they don't have because they have no minions to see lanes either. Um,
Hmm.
you just you just gotta know you have options, right, to position yourself better.
Okay.
And then the dive. I think those the three main things to change. The
Well,
dive
I
is
also, yeah, I ended the Baron Karthus, like where I tried to kill him and Galio was there, and I guess
oh
same
yeah,
thing you said.
yeah,
Tristana was
true.
okay.
But yeah, the dive is what
Um,
was definitely something my brain also needs to. I just need to look for any possibility why it wouldn't work.
yeah, yeah, that's fair. Uh, cool. I don't know. You have a lineup here. I guess real quick,
Yeah.
just a couple Nocturne questions. Um, how do you think of the spell shield? Like, are you trying to predict certain things? Like, if you're on top of, let's say, like a Heimerdinger, and you're trying
Yeah.
to W his E, like, are you trying to feel out when he would E? Do you just R and W? How do you like in close quarters predict? Uh,
You mean when you ult on a Heimerdinger or you're like queuing onto him? Like you're
no,
walking
when
up?
you ult on him, when you ult on him.
Oh, you do. Well, do you know the RQ combo? Like, are you
Yeah,
confident in
yeah,
hitting
throwing
RQ?
throwing the Q mid R, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, that gets out of the way. If you RQ, then you can just time it instead of. You should just do a delay. Like, everyone knows how Nocturne works, right? Most people.
Yeah.
So, most people aren't gonna throw their CC, like, the moment you get on them.
Yeah. Same
Uh,
same question with like Emilio or something. Like I don't know, all these champs that have
oh,
CC where you're like right in front of them. Like how do
okay.
you think about
Milio is
timing it?
difficult because you have to dodge the ability, right? Heimerdinger is like you want to dodge it because you might get one shot, right? But Milio is
Yeah.
like a must because she creates too much distance. So
Okay.
something like Emilio, you have to hold your W long enough that your E is gonna go off. Does that
Hold
make
your
sense?
W.
Because
What do you mean? No.
you're gonna RQE, but your E needs time to fear them, right?
Yeah.
So you basically need to hold your W just enough that your E is going to tick on them and fear them.
Because that's when the Emilio would throw it. Like why wouldn't he throw it right away?
Because if you threw it right away, then like if you threw it right away, then he would basically be saying like you're about to one shot me, right? It depends on the situation, right? If he feels you're gonna get one shot, he's gonna get one shot, then
Yeah.
he's gonna he's probably gonna queue right away. But if he's full HP and he's just caught out of position, then
Hmm.
he's probably gonna hold his Q a little bit longer because he's thinking about your W, right? And basically, the more panicked you think they are, the higher chance they're gonna use it earlier. The more calm they are,
Yeah.
they're probably gonna hold it because they don't want to get spell shielded because they
Okay.
have more like yeah brain power to like read the situation.
Okay. Um, makes sense. All right, for this first, I guess like just talking about alt usage. Is the first one like kill is enough, but then like the second or third is like whatever lane you're trying to play around? How do you think about it? Is it similar to Pantheon R in that sense?
What do you mean by second and third?
Like what we've talked about where it's like you like in this lane game I want to get bot ahead even though like Lulu's 0-3. So at some point I got to like use
Yes.
resources bot, but doing it like when you're not fed
Yes,
is
get yourself
bad.
ahead first, yes. Yeah, I agree
Okay.
with that. So that
Okay.
that was good just to get yourself ahead because you happen to be on Scuttle and Grubs. It's a freebie. That's and then you go back to Grom. It's really efficient. And now you're clearing. It's like super efficient.
And then this one, like I guess I get lucky that they have no sums. I don't know that. I don't think they've pinged it.
Well, they're dead.
Um,
They're walking up at like next to the tower.
yeah, fair. And flash. Um, okay. I think that's all the questions I had. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, like, do you often try and lane gank with ult? Because I feel like sometimes you get like warded, especially before 11 when your radius is so small. You almost like if you're not going through lane, you're likely to like step on vision. Like there, if they
Yeah.
didn't end close to tower, it wouldn't have been within range. I would have had to like assume try bushes and warded.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely I mean, it's not just lane, it's about basically just where they've been, right? Like just a little bit of idea. So Morgana left top side. So she's
Mhm.
probably about to clear that ward or ward line bush, right?
Mhm.
That's what I mean. So like it's simple map reading of like approximately where they've been, basically. Like if Morgana crosses river bot side, you
Mhm.
pretty much assume she's warded line bush or she's warded like your Raptors entrance. So
What's lime bush? What are you talking about?
just the side lane, just
Oh,
the mid
okay.
lane,
Got it.
the yeah bush over here.
Yeah.
So it's not so much like lane, but it's more as though you just gotta exhaust their options. Like they can't ward everything, so you just gotta kind of have a idea of where they
Mhm.
could have warded.
And if someone is immobile, are you always throwing your Q mid R? Like, would you only hold it in a scenario where um you think they're gonna dodge it with mobility?
No, it's like Ezreal, like when you verse an Ezreal and you outplay him, right? Like where you predict his E. I think
Yeah.
you pretty much always RQ unless it's impossible to hit. But I can't think of a scenario where the champion, because the champion can't. You gotta remember,
You're like following the champion, I guess.
yes, they can't dash before you land, otherwise the
Yeah.
dash will just get followed, which means they have to time perfectly. So yeah, I think definitely ulting and then queuing in most cases, even if you verse like I'm trying to think of a champ. Kaiser's not a good example because he can't ult. Uh, you verse a Shaco, for example, like he
Mm.
can't queue because if he queues too early, it's fucked. Unless he's got the
Yeah.
timing down perfectly, then like
Fair.
hats off to him, basically.
Okay. Okay. That's all
Yeah,
for this video. I just wanted to cover some like Nocturne basics.
yeah.
I'm pretty
Yep.
much picking him if like it seems like a bad Zed game and doesn't make sense for Diana.
Yeah, you
Um,
also don't have to ult as well, Alex. What I mean by that is you don't have to R2. Like you can just R1, turn the lights off, and then R2.
yeah.
Especially in like post like mid game, like right now.
Yeah, later game fights.
Yeah, that's pretty much what makes you like useful as a champion in team fights if you're not playing with Orianna basically. Um,
Yeah.
because otherwise, like yeah, you are pretty much just a
Yeah, when you
very
send it to backline, like here I would die if I don't have like the Lulu ult, even though quite fed.
yeah. What are you building? Ah, Strad. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.